Hi everyone, today I'm back to do another craft with everyone, and today I'm going to show you how to use washi tape to make Christmas cards or holiday cards, or you can use them to make birthday cards. Washi tape is very versatile. You can get them in all different patterns and designs. So today we're going to make holiday cards. So I'll show you the three that we're going to make today. And first we're going to make a package one. So you just layer a couple of washi tape designs up, and then you put a piece of ribbon and you tie a bow. And the second one is a Christmas tree. So you just take a bunch of greens or different colors that you think would make a nice looking Christmas tree. I didn't have brown, so I ended up using honeycomb that looks like the base. So, and then you just put a foam star at the top. The third one we're going to work on is snowflakes. So I had this cute little village washi tape that I put at the bottom, and then I used different snowflakes, and then I have foam snowflakes that I glued on. Okay, so we're going to start off with the package, and then we'll go to the tree, and then the snowflake one. Okay, so we're going to do this one first. All right. So I've picked out my different tapes that I would like to use. Now washi tape is very nice. They call it like decorative masking tape, and they come in rolls like this. I have a bunch of Christmas ones. Okay. One of them seems to be missing. Oh, there it is. And they're very thin. They just rip off just like masking tape. Or you can use a scissor to cut them. So I took a piece of 12 by 12, I guess what would you call it? Scrapbooking paper, cardstock type of paper, and I cut it and I made it 6 inches, and I'm going to fold it in half. That's going to be my base for the card. And I'm going to just fold it in half here and crease it. And then I'm going to put that aside because I don't need that right now. And then I have a white piece of cardstock that I'm going to make the presents on. So I'm going to take the white cardstock and I'm going to stand it up long ways so it'll fit nicely on my card like this. And to attach it to the card, you use the foam tape. Okay, so we're just going to put the red aside, and I'm going to use the white. And I'm going to start off with this maroon color with sleighs and trees and bows on it. And I'm just going to so I'm going to put the screen down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just going to take the washi tape and I'm just going to measure out a piece of how long I want. Now you can either rip it and just give it a ripped edge, or you can cut it. I'm going to cut it. And you want to make your packages a little bit of different sizes. So I'm going to put it right about here on my white piece of cardstock. Doesn't have to be straight. All right, so I'm going to take one piece of the red. And then I have this cute little bell one that I'm going to put on top of it. I'm going to find the edge. Oh, there we are. I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller than the top one, than the bottom one actually. I'm going to cut that, put that aside. I'm going to layer it right on top. Now they don't have to exactly be touching. If you don't want them to touch, they don't have to, so I'm just going to lay that right there. Then I have this one, nice little holly. Then I'm just going to layer on top of the bells. Again, they don't have to be precisely the same length. I'm going to set that right on top of the bells. Now I have this red snowflake one that I'm going to use. And you can get them all different widths and sizes. I'll make this one a little bit smaller again. Smaller package. Put that on top. And then I got this really thin one that looks like striped wrapping paper. And I'm going to make that one a little smaller, give it a little bit of a pyramid shape in my package. And now my packages are ready to put a bow on it. So I have this shiny ribbon that I'm using. And now what I want to do is I want to take the ribbon. I had 2 pieces pre-cut. One I need for the bow. And I'm going to measure the size of my packages from top to bottom. I'm going to cut it off there. And then I'm going to take some glue. Put it on the ends of my ribbon. Stick it on top of my packages. As close to the middle as I can get. A little bit of overlap is fine because the bow is going to go on top. And now I'm going to make the bow. Okay. This is the hard part, is making this bow. I don't think I cut a big enough piece to make this bow. I forgot how to do this. As I sit here and struggle with this bow, it's just not cooperating today, of course. When you want something to cooperate, it doesn't. Just not coming out the way I wanted it to today. It worked out so nicely the other day. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I did it. I think I figured it out. Okay. Just get it a little tighter. There we go. All right, I figured it out. I'm going to cut off that end a little bit. Then I'm going to put some glue at the top of this package so I can glue on the bow. There we are. And my first holiday card is almost complete. Now we're just going to glue it on. Actually, we're going to use the foam tape that we have. And you're just going to cut little tiny pieces and put them on the corners of the white, of the back of the white. And if you have Christmas cards left over from last year, you can always cut out a saying from the inside of one of those. You can print out something on your computer of your own little saying, copy something they had for the inside, or you can just leave the inside blank So now we're going to peel off the backing to the foam tape. And we'll stick it onto the red, make sure it's upside right. I could print something out on the computer and put Merry Christmas or something along the top there if I wanted to. I could leave it alone. And then the inside, like I said, you can always take sayings from another card if you have them, but otherwise that card is done. So now we're going to work with the Christmas tree card. Now this one is easy because you can just take whatever colors you have. I picked out a bunch that I'm going to use. A few of them I'm not going to use. I have a different green backing, but I'm going to use the white cardstock again. This time I picked out a sparkly green one to do with you guys instead of the flat green. So I'm going to fold that in half and then put that aside because we don't need this part until the end. Crease it really good. That aside. We don't need that. Okay. These are the ones I basically picked out. I picked out the two snowflakes, one that looks like fir branches tied together, and a Christmas tree one, and I'm going to use my honeycomb again to use for the base. Again, I didn't have brown, so I didn't want to have to go out and buy something. So I'm going to take my white cardstock, and I'm going to start with my brown. As soon as I find the edge. Very hard to find it on these things. Go in the wrong direction, that's why I couldn't find it. Cut off a couple small pieces so it looks like my tree trunk or my tree stand. Again, you can rip them. You don't have to cut them. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to take my greens and I'm going to start using those. Start off with my green snowflakes here. Must be going the wrong way. I can't find the edge. This one's definitely not cooperating. I can't find the edge on it. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. Where they were overlapping, it looked like the same design. This one you're just going to cut strips. I'm going to start off with a flat one. Start the bottom of my tree. Then I'm going to take the next one. These don't have to be precise. I'm going to put it a little bit on an angle. Sometimes the tapes go in the opposite direction than the others. Some start from the left, some start from the right. You'd think they would roll them all together the same. Oh, it just ripped. And just like masking tape, washi tape also rips when you don't want it to. So I'm going to cut that piece off since it ripped. Approximate size. Make this one go cattywampus on the other direction. And then I'm going to take my green snowflakes. I'm going to put that one like straight across. I'm going to go back to my green snowflakes, the other green snowflakes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the fir branches. I'm going to stick that one in here. I just need to start going smaller. Go with this green. I'll do the tree. Actually, I'm going to stop there because my tree is getting a little tall. And I'm going to take one of the ones that look like ribbons. Let's see, which one will look better? That was clashing quite a bit. What about the snowflake one? Actually, I like the way this one looks just the way it is without putting something across from it. So I'm going to leave this one alone, and I'm going to get my star. I have a foam star that has its own sticky back, so I don't have to stick it. I don't have to use glue. These are nice, easy crafts also to do with kids because they're not messy. And they can make their own little creations, their own Christmas cards. I'm going to put my star on the top of my tree. And voila, this one is done. Actually, I like this one better than the first one I did. Now I'm going to put the foam tape on the back of the white cardstock. Don't need a lot of this. You just want it to be a little bit 3D. Also, it makes it easier to work on than on the bigger card, putting it together first. So that's all done. Peel off the backs. And I stick it onto my green cardstock. And once again, I have another festive holiday card. Okay. Now the next one is a lot easier to do because I'm very simple. I'm just using a bunch of snowflakes. This one I used brown cardstock for. It's also going to be a little bit smaller than the others. And this one I'm going to work right on the brown because I needed a plain background with this one. And for this I found this little village looking washi tape. So I decided to use this as the base of my snowflakes. When I first saw the snowflake card, they just used a whole bunch of light blue snowflakes and they just put them across the top and glued a whole bunch of snowflakes to it. Once again, I'm having a hard time finding the edge. There we are. It's ripping again. This one I lined all the way along the bottom, so I'm just going to cut it to the size. It can be a little bit longer, it can fold onto the back and fold onto the front. So with this one, I'm going to put it right at the very bottom of the card. I have a little bit of overlap, so I'm just going to let that go to the back of the card. A little bit of overlap. I'm just going to go to the inside, wrap that around there. Now I have the base, my greens and my reds from the previous card. So I'm just going to cut a strip from the blue. Get that to the edge of my card. It did overlap a little bit, so I'm going to put it, oh, it's not very straight. I don't have a very straight eye. I take my green. It looks crooked too. I don't have the straightest eye in the world, so they're a little crooked. Put those down. Now I'm going to get my foam snowflakes that I have. Take a sparkly white one. Put it on the red. Sparkly blue for the blue. And we'll take a purple one for the green. Because I don't have a green snowflake, unfortunately. These are pre-sticky, so that makes it easier all around. Put my white one on. Oh, it's not sticking. Actually, it looks like it's got another sticky. All right, well, then we'll improvise and I'll put some glue on there because it doesn't want to stick with the pre-stickiness it came with. Stick that on. Looks like I'm going to have the same problem with the purple one. So we'll just take some glue and put it on that one too. This one looks like it's going to stick on its own. Put that one on, and voila, this one is now done too. All right, so we ended up with 3 festive holiday cards. Very simple to do, very easy for kids to do. Washi tape is not expensive. You can get it on Amazon. You can buy several rolls for like 15 bucks or something like that. And then you have festive holiday cards, and very easy to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me put those holiday cards together, and I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.